I'm Tina Elmer with Welcome Home Philly and Prudential Fox & Roach. We are back today with Donna Rose from Trident Title to learn a little bit more about title insurance. Hey Donna.
Hi Tina.
So I've heard a little bit about this enhanced title policy. Can you tell us more about what it is and what it covers?
Sure. Typical title insurance covers up to the day of closing and things in the past. This policy now covers into the future. A couple of items is one, the insurance coverage increases up to 150% over the next 5 years. And that's not something that title insurance now has done. It covers if the seller built a deck onto a piece of property and didn't get a building permit, it covers building permits that weren't issued properly. It covers any encroachments on your property. If you've got neighbors that are walking across your property or driving across your property and they don't have legal access to it, it would cover that. It covers any zoning violations. If you've built if the property was zoned residential and you've built a commercial storefront or whatever on the property, it would cover that.
Great.
So there's a lot of coverages into the future that is a good idea for a buyer to purchase.
Yeah, it definitely sounds really useful. So do you need title insurance if you're paying cash for a home? That's a question I get as well sometimes.
Yes. Well, I would say yes. A buyer, it's always up to the buyer to decide whether he wants to purchase title insurance or not. You can buy a piece of property without title insurance. It's still a good idea to get title insurance because you have no idea what the seller's done on this property. Mm-hmm. The buyer has no idea whether the seller has an IRS lien, whether there was an estate in the property and they didn't pay inheritance tax, whether there's unpaid water and sewer on the property, taxes, PGW. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of things that the seller could have caused to become a lien on the property that if you didn't get title insurance and or title search, it's going to be the buyer's responsibility after closing.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth it. So
yes.
I know we talked a little bit before about title insurance, but how far back does a title search go typically?
Title search goes back to any underwriters on a title search will go back to the last time the property was insured.
Okay.
Because normally there's title insurance coverage up to that day.
Okay.
If a property has been in a family for a long time and they just did dollar deeds, to their family back and forth, they will search the property back to as far back as they can go, back into the 1800s or when the city started keeping records on the property, which is very interesting. But yeah, they would typically go back, if it hasn't been insured, they would go back to the 1800s.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much. If people wanted to email you to get a little more information about maybe this enhanced policy or just some more information on title insurance, what's your email?
It's donna.rose@prufoxroach.com.
Great. And if you have any more questions, you can always check out my website at welcomehomephilly.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tina.